It's gone.
Okay, so I'm Caitlin.
I'm Sydney.
And I'm Jackson.
We did persistence as our HOM.
Yeah, we were discussing the significance and importance of persistence in writing, and that was our purpose of the essay.
We were trying to get the reader to see how persistence can be shown in each of their writings, and it's actually really easy because you're showing persistence, but you're not even really trying to.
As long as you stay on track and always reflect back, you're showing persistence.
What is it there? Okay. For our evidence, we used the habit of mind from the, what's it called?
Frameworks?
Yeah, Frameworks for Success in College Writing. We used the persistence definition, and we used the experiences of other writers.
In the Writing Center.
Yeah.
Writing Center helped a lot, yeah.
And we use these to show that kind of, even when you don't know it, persistence is there and very useful in your writing.
Me and you really worked on the conclusion.
Yeah, I did the thesis statement and me and Sydney worked on the conclusion a lot. And each of us have like a main paragraph in the essay.
Yeah,
so.
and then the hook in the beginning really pulls in our readers, asking about persistence.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I did was the significance section.
And yeah, he's really good at rewording our not very polished writing.
And that brings us to revision. We figured out that revision is really important because our first attempt wasn't our best work that we could have done, and getting feedback from people in other groups was...
Yeah, as we were going over Flexibility's essay, we realized, we could add this to ours, or they need to change that, and then we saw what they said about ours, and it helped a lot when it comes to a final draft.
Yeah.
Should have put on some makeup.
Okay, I felt like our lightning talk was... I thought it went well, yeah.
We were second to go, so everybody was still paying attention.
Yeah, and we each planned out what we were going to say beforehand, and we went over in 7 minutes, so I think it went pretty well.
Yeah, and I was kind of nervous at first because I wrote mine and then I timed myself reading it, and it wasn't nearly as long as I thought, but when you're talking, then you add more and connect with your audience more, and it makes it all flow persistent.
Yeah. And I think out of all the groups, we probably have the best question and answer time between everybody.
I think we worded it very well too. I think a lot of people would choose persistence and what's it called, to get that badge, but
because persistence is really in all of them.
That just means a lot of grading for us.
Yeah. What was the flexibility was one of them. Yeah, we use flexibility a lot because when being persistent, you have to be open and flexible to like different wordings that you can use.
And then openness and flexibility go hand in hand.
Yeah, so I guess we also used openness too. So you have to be open to.
Then responsibility, because Persistence is a lot of work.
Yeah.
You have to be persistent in going back to your work and redoing it, and that takes a lot of responsibility and commitment to each other and our work.
Yeah, I think group projects in general require a lot of responsibility
Yeah,
to
to
make
do
sure
your own
that,
part, yeah.
that everything gets done.
Then
Yeah.
that always reflects back to persistence.
Yeah, we can go back and just like elaborate more, I guess.
Why do you guys think persistence is important?
Well, like I said in the lightning talk and in all for the essay, it's really just to keep your audience engaged, because without persistence, like, everything would just be all over the place.
And to be persistent, you have to want to do your work and be responsible and.
I know, that's really loud.
I think it's really hard to get any real good work done unless you're able to be persistent, because very rarely does good work come easily. You have to work on it more than once.
Also, metacognition reflects on this too, because they're always about going back to their work and revising. And if you don't do that, then you're not responsible. If you're not responsible, you're not persistent. It's all chain reaction. It's like dominoes. But we are at, what is that, 6:30?
I didn't watch.
Hey, we have
halfway.
like 3.5 minutes left.
What do you guys think was the hardest part about writing the paper?
Putting it all together.
Yeah.
I feel like
We each have different writing styles.
yeah, and we have to still go back and reread it and make sure it still connects with all three of our different point of views on it, and make sure we're not contradicting ourselves.
Yeah, and for me, it was just coming up with 500 words that one time, because I really don't have a wide vocabulary, and
Plus
it's
or
hard to
minus
talk about
500
something.
words.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I
that
did
was the
think
hardest part for me.
thought it was interesting how we kind of wrote the whole thing before we actually wrote
Yeah,
the
so
paper.
when it goes to,
Yeah.
we have 2,000 words to write, that's going to be
Yeah.
hard, and then we put it together and we were already at like 1,500.
Yeah,
I
we
was
just
like,
had to add a few things, and it was at 500.
and still always revise,
Yeah.
but at least that's out of the way now. Now
Hopefully.
all that's left to do is turn everything in, submit it. What are y'all doing for spring break?
Going home.
I'm going to Texas.
The purpose, feelings of following, Well, I guess we arranged this essay in the way we did because that was the way it flowed best.
Yeah, because we pretty much already had all the stuff written down beforehand. We had the significance portion and the student examples and all that. It was just a matter of putting it together the best way possible. And I think we did a good job of putting everything where it needed to be.
I think so too. I feel like you're our backbone
Yeah.
to this project.
Yes.
We couldn't have done it without you.
Definitely not.
Or we'd
I'm
probably
not good at
still be on the
English.
essay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Be cramming
stressful.
right now.
Mhm. With every other midterm going on.
Yeah, I liked the assignment though. I didn't think it was.
No, at first I thought, because we were the last person that we were the last HOM left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so
no,
metacognition.
Metacognition did, but it was
Oh,
between
yeah,
persistence and
yeah,
metacognition.
yeah.
I chose persistence.
But,
Yeah, I felt like we learned a good amount from it.
and then I
Me
really,
too.
I really wanted creativity, but then I realized that's
It
a lot.
was
But
probably
theirs was a
harder.
low, yeah. But,
I think persistence was a good one because persistence is an important skill to know about how to develop. And
and it teaches us to, like, from any work now on, even in other classes, we can remember what we learned and those
And what we
2,000
learned from other-
words.
yeah. And hearing other people's lightning talks like taught us about other HOMs, so that'll help us write things for other classes and other English classes too, so that was very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because even outside of writing, a lot of those are important on doing your best work. To
Yeah.
go back and fix it and get the most out of it that you can.
I know I'll definitely use persistence in like not even writing, just small other things.
Yeah. But I think this project really taught us how important being persistent in writing really is, because I mean, now that I think about it, every book that I've ever read or paper that I've ever read, like everybody or the author was persistent. That's why I wanted to keep reading it.
Yeah, because if
And
they
now-
were all over the place, you'd be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And, I bet that is a lot of work writing a book, though. I know ours is 2,000 words, but that's like.
Yeah. Did we cover everything?
I'm pretty sure. Finally.
That's old stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but persistence was, I mean, it was a lot of work, but I'm glad I learned the basics of it.
Yeah, I'm actually really glad we got persistence as our HOM.
Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
good thing to have knowledge about.
Yeah, and then I always connect to the other habits of minds, and it just, we learn it all at one time.
I think we're